Hey y'all, it's your girl Tashonda Renee, and I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to show you how to make a moist and flavorful turkey meatloaf using one of my new favorites, a boxed stuffing mix. This is an easy, budget-friendly recipe that's packed with lots of flavor and is perfect for a weeknight dinner or even meal prep. So if you would like to see how I do it, please stay tuned. All right, you're going to get started by preheating your oven to 350 degrees. Then to a large mixing bowl, you're going to add your ground turkey. And I'm using about 1.5 to 2 pounds of ground turkey. To that, you're going to add green and red bell peppers as well as an onion. And I'll be sure to leave all the measurements down below. Then to that, you're going to add your entire box of stuffing mix. And then you're going to add 2 large eggs. For the stuffing mix, I used the chicken flavor, but you don't have to use chicken flavor. You can actually use whichever one you prefer. If you can find a classic herb mix, that'll be perfect as well. Next, I'm going to add some Worcestershire sauce as well as some ketchup. I'm using about 1/4 cup of ketchup. You can definitely add up to 1/2 cup of ketchup if you prefer. Then you'll want to add 1 cup of milk. Now, if you're doing your meatloaf with beef instead of turkey, you can add about 1/2 to 3/4 cup of water instead of milk. But you do need something to soften the stuffing mix up. And using the milk does help to keep the turkey really moist. So after that, you're going to go ahead and add some additional seasonings. Even though the stuffing mix does have some, you still need some additional seasonings. So I'm going to add some garlic powder and onion powder, black pepper, and a dash of salt. Once you have all of your ingredients in the bowl, you want to go ahead and dig in and mix everything together. I'm using gloves, but you definitely don't have to. I just wouldn't recommend using a spoon because you want to make sure you're mixing everything until it's well combined. Now you're going to shape your mixture into a loaf. You can either do it directly on a baking sheet like I did, or you can do it inside of a loaf pan. If you're shaping it by hand on a baking sheet, form it into a firm oval loaf about 2 to 3 inches high. Think of a traditional loaf of bread. That's the shape you want. Then you want to smooth out the top and sides so it cooks evenly and looks nice once it's baked. This is an 11 by 13 baking sheet, so you can tell this is a really large meatloaf. You definitely get a lot of servings out of this recipe. Once your loaf is formed, you're going to go ahead and pop it in the oven and bake it at 350 degrees for about 45 to 55 minutes or until the internal temperature reaches 165 degrees. If your meatloaf is smaller than this, you may want to decrease your cook time. It may not take as long to bake as mine did. This is a pretty large meatloaf. So once it's out of the oven, you're going to go ahead and add your meatloaf glaze. And this is how I make mine. And I do have this recipe in another meatloaf video as well, but I use ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, a cap of vinegar, and I season it with garlic powder, onion powder, and some light brown sugar. I'll be sure to have the exact measurements of everything I used in the glaze down in the description box. And you can adjust it according to your taste. You may like yours a little sweeter than I like mine. But either way, I'll have it listed down in the description box. So once you have all of your ingredients in there, you're just going to stir it until everything is well combined. Then you want to go ahead and pour it over your meatloaf and kind of brush it in. After you've completely coated your meatloaf with the glaze, you're going to go ahead and pop it back in the oven. You want to let that cook for an additional 10 minutes, and then you can bring it out of the oven and your meatloaf is all done. You want to be sure to allow the meatloaf to rest for about 5 to 10 minutes before you slice into it. After that 5 to 10 minute rest period, your meatloaf is ready to serve. This recipe is absolutely delicious and it's so simple to make. I'm actually new to using the stuffing mix in the meatloaf. I know it's not a new recipe, but it is new to me. This is just either my second or third time using the stuffing mix, and I absolutely love it. I love the flavor that it adds to the meatloaf, and it's just really easy to use the stuffing mix. So I hope you'll give this recipe a try. I definitely think you will enjoy it. And drop down in the comments and let me know if you use stuffing mix in your meatloaf or not. I'm not sure why I had never heard of it until probably late last year. But yeah, definitely drop down and let me know whether you use the stuffing mix or not, or if you think you'll give it a try. Don't forget to check out the description box below. I'll have everything listed that I used and the exact measurements. And if you have not done so, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you be a part of my YouTube family. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.